Hello everyone! Greetings to my dear teammates and mentors. So I'm so happy to see you all Sunday morning. So welcome Rahul and Sudharshan. Thopverse welcomes you, the founders of BVersity. You are our guests today. So thank you so much for agreeing to give a talk to us. So I introduce you to my team. This is our team. You can see some of our teammates and our dear mentors on the screen. So now it's time to get into our conversations. Before starting, let me tell you the agenda for today's meeting. We'll start with our ritual, our invocation. Then we'll tell you our story so that you'll get to know you'll get to know what we are and the specific reasons why we asked for a talk. After that, we want to hear to your story of diversity, what you are doing and how you are doing. Then we'll have a conversations. We all are ready with the questions. So Rahul and Sudharshan, we usually end the meeting in 60 minutes, but could we extend it to 90 minutes or so today?
Yeah, if it requires, perfectly all right.
Oh, thank you so much. So once I saw the BVersity Instagram video, I immediately wanted to hear to your story and sent you the messages. And you answered them promptly and showed excitement to talk with me and our team. So I truly appreciate that gesture. So without any delay, let us get started with our session. This is our invocation. And I request everyone to close their eyes while I recite our invocation. This is who we are. We are a team, talented, energetic, astonishing mindset. We can do anything and everything. We talk, we care, we respect each other. We see beauty in everything. We are connected by hearts and driven by values. We celebrate each other. We provide value to each other. We take ownership in everything we do. We have freedom to make mistakes. We learn as we go. We are mad to make a difference. We love disruptive ideas. We make impossible things possible. We are strong to question the creation. We believe in dreaming big. If we do not dare to dream big, are we really living? Why be ordinary when we can be extraordinary? We should be driven by our goals, not by egos. We can do it. We will do it. Let us not hope for the best. Let us be the best. This is who we are. Yes. Now you can open your eyes. This invocation summarizes our lifestyle. This is an invocation written by our own hands. And I repeat, this is the invocation that has been written by our own hands. I still get goosebumps every time I read it, though I have recited it a million times. This is our gift to the world. Let us get started with our story. This is the story created and being created by all of us with 3 lakh plus hours of our heart, effort, and time. 3 lakh hours of our heart, effort, and time over the last 5.5 years. Thop started as a platform to fulfill young dreams. 5 years ago, an alumnus of Osmania University named Shravan Tedla, a non-resident Indian who settled in US, came down to give a talk to the students. There, he introduced this concept of ESL and the concept of retiring early by becoming financially independent by the age of 30. That's where it all started. From small beginnings, bigger ideas evolved into incredible teams. Now, it has evolved into a revolutionary platform providing the syllabus for life. In our Thopas, we believe in our culture and tradition. Our culture is our Thop mindset. We practice them regularly. We believe in 4 mindsets. Learning mindset. We want to be ever-learning people throughout our life. Gratitude mindset. Gratitude creates magic and happiness. Infinite mindset. We don't want to limit ourselves. We want to think big. We are willing to think decades into the future. Compassionate mindset. Compassion is connecting with people, knowing that there will be heartbreaks and it will hurt. At the same time, connecting with people is what we live for. Our obsession calls and our transition calls are our traditions. We believe one should be so obsessed to be happy in their lives. So we named them as obsession calls, and we are aiming for excellence while pursuing our goals. We might or might not reach our goals, but pursuing excellence will create growth, which is essential for happiness. In transition calls, we discuss many transition phases in our lives with our mentors. Our obsession calls are different verticals of Thopers. We can witness all our revolutionary ideas on the screen. So these are all our revolutionary ideas which we are working on. We talk on them every day. So let me tell you few of them. Starting with TLM, Thop Life Model. We think now we are in the need of new life models, and that's how we came up with this 14-year period. The age group of 31 to 45 is trying to juggle money, job, children, and parents. Our Thop Life Model suggests during this time, we focus on relationships with family and might consider not thinking about money. Thop City. We know this dream of building our own city is really big. Every city we are part of was started by one day by one person, one family, or few people. Bill Gates said, we overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do over 10 years. This is where our infinite mind comes into picture. So now I want to talk about the idea which connected all of us with BVersity. That's Thop University. At Thop University, we believe that education extends far beyond acquiring knowledge, getting degrees, and pursuing careers. We aim to redefine the way essence of education. We recognize that traditional models often overlook crucial aspects that contribute to holistic human and socialistic development. So, our first program through Thop University is starting tomorrow at 7 p.m. Our own teammate, Vinit Vajrala, who just completed his 12th grade and is now on a disruptive journey of becoming financial independent in the next year. Vinit is not going to any college. We are designing his educational program based on the Thop mindset. So please join us at launch event tomorrow to know more about this idea of financial independence in 1 year. This is about who we are. And thank you so much for listening to our story, the story of 3 lakh hours of time, effort, and heart. We would like to hear what you think about our story. So in our meets, usually we have around 20 people, but today we have more. Because we promoted you. That's because we felt your story should be heard by many people. And yes, now can we please listen to your story?
Yeah, sure. Um, I can't put Rahul. Okay, Rahul will join anyways. So I think it all started way back in our college. So Sai, Godwin, Rahul, and myself, like all of us were college mates. So we studied together, same desk, same bench, stayed together. So more like I think like we stuck around together like during college days, and the exciting part was both like all four of us studied genetic engineering, and all four of us come from a very different backgrounds and very different perspectives. Like each of us took genetic engineering for a very different reason. Like I took genetic engineering because I loved Pokemons when I was in school. So so I joined genetic engineering thinking that hey, I could create my own Pokemon someday in my life. And I think Sai is a plant person, so he loves plants. He loves doing agriculture so much. So again, all four of us have very different reasons for joining genetic engineering. But most of the times, when all four get together, or at homes in the evening, or in the hostel in the evening, rather than watching movies, rather than doing things, we used to talk a lot about our future. We used to talk a lot about, hey, what is something that we really wanted to do and other things. And I think since all four come from a very different, diverse backgrounds, no, I think we get crazy with ideas. So we used to keep on talking a lot about what we really wanted to do. And one another exciting thing that I can think back is all four used to experiment with a lot of things. Okay, so college has semesters, right? So one semester, so we used to dedicate one activity per semester. I could still remember. Okay, so one semester, every day after college, like religiously, we used to go to a well nearby and just swim and bathe every day. Okay, we even used to bunk classes because it will get late to go and like swim in the well. Okay, so those were the times when we had time to talk, discuss about a lot of things. So one semester we used to religiously play shuttle badminton, religiously. Like after we got four done with college, we used to work in labs. So after we are done with the lab work, like around 7:38, we go to the shuttle court. We play until 12:01. Okay, come back home, eat dinner, sleep. So those were the times when we used to talk, when we used to understood each other. Hey, what is the different perspectives that each other's bring and other things. So I think it all started from there. I would probably say it all started from there. And that was when all four resonated together, saying that, hey, we really wanted to do something in biotechnology or biology, but really do not want to take up research as a career. Because generally people take up biotech or people take up genetics because they really want to be a researcher, they really want to be a scientist. I agree. I think all four also joined for the same reason to the course. But in the period of time, we realized that, hey, researcher is not the career that we really wanted to take it forward, or we really do not want to end our life being a researcher or something. So I think those conversations helped us or streamlined our thoughts very at the early stage itself, that we were very clear, hey, we are not going to do masters, we are not going to do PhD, because we didn't have any purpose of why we should do masters or why we should do a PhD. So we were very clear, right? Like even during our bachelor's. So it was that period in time when we started a club in college called Cambryonics. Like usually biotech or genetics used to be a very strict department. When I say strict, focus only on studies, research, nothing else. Whereas that time in our colleges, no, every other department had culturals. IT has their own association. They used to celebrate literally every single month. I don't know what they celebrate every single month, but they used to celebrate something. Mechanical, easy. I think every department had their own technical fest, cultural fest, but our department used to be um, very studious, very nerdy people. We really did not like doing that. So we started something called as Cambryonics, just to make biology and biotechnology look very fun and exciting for all of us. So when we started doing Cambryonics as a club, we really understood that we four love to work together, and we four really love to talk science to other people rather than researching science. So I think that was during third year of college, third year towards the end semester of college. That is when we started. So we used to do a lot of crazy events as part of Cambryonics. So one such event that we did that I still remember was something called as Rare Disease Day. So usually the last day of February is celebrated as Rare Disease Day, to celebrate the genetic disorders, or to probably celebrate the warriors who are affected with genetic diseases and other things. So it's a disease. I mean, it is a day which is celebrated like hugely in the Western countries. Like how currently we started celebrating Happy Pride Month. So Rare Disease Day used to be a huge event in Western countries, and we really wanted to do something like that in our college in Chennai SRM. So I think we pooled in 6-7 lakhs of money with our friends and other people. Okay, we literally scouted around the entire Chennai, went to all the government hospitals, identified some 11 to 12 genetically affected kids. We adopted them. With that 6-7 lakhs money, we were trying to take care of their livelihood and other things. So again, at that point in time, we were very passionate about biology, biotechnology, really wanted to do something. So that's how it started. So we celebrated an entire day. We invited these kids to our college, dedicated that entire day for them. had a lot of fun events for these kids, for the families. We did flash mobs, we did singing, dancing, and everything. I think that gave us that team spirit of saying, hey, we really, definitely, this is what we really wanted to do in the future because we really loved doing that. I think from then, the conversation of Cambrionics or conversation of staying together became very serious. And during final year of college, again, all four of us left to different places. So I was in Germany, Rahul was in Delhi, Sai and Gordon were in Chennai, but in different doing different research works and other things. Again, when college ended, all four of us where we were staying at Sai's home because Sai is native of Chennai, and we were discussing should we continue Cambrionics as a livelihood. The decision that we took that day was the subtle motive that all four of us had was all four of us had to stay together. That was the only motive back then. We really did not think of starting something. We really did not don't even know what entrepreneurship was or don't even know what business meant back then. The only motive was all four of us should stay together. That was the plan. So I think um, so I always believe that when someone knows everything, no, we don't usually get into the job because you know the details, you know the risk that you're going to put yourself into. So you basically say, hey boss, I know what's going to happen, so I'll better watch out and stay. And even when we hire people in BVersity today, I make sure I hire the freshers because freshers don't know what's ahead. They don't know the danger and risk also, though, and they will voluntarily put themselves in there. Because an experienced person would say, I know what the risk is, boss. I'm not going to get into it. So I think that is one of the major reasons. Like we were innocent, we didn't even know what we were getting our foot into. Enthusiastically, we said, yes, we will register this as a company. 1 week after our college got over, we registered Cambrionics as a company without even knowing what an entrepreneurship is, how difficult it is to run a business, nothing of that sort. The only thing that kept us motivated was, hey, all four of us are together. That was the only subtle line behind that. I think ever since then, it's been 4.5 years together. I think the journey has been fantastic. We started Cambrionics, we shut Cambrionics down, we started BVersity. So I think the transition and the learnings over the last 4.5 years has been like incredibly fantastic with the team, with our everyday learnings and other things. So this is a small story of us.
Wow, I don't have words to say actually. I mean, we all were able to connect to the each and every sentence you were telling. The sentence you told, like, the only motto was for of us to stay together. Wow, that's so
So
connecting.
I
That's
think that was the mindset of that college student thing, We were not like that was the maturity back then we had.
actually the way you told that you worked in every semester, you had an activity, you used to do that regularly, and I could see relate our thing now. We are in our college days, like we are pursuing a third year I am pursuing my third year chemical engineering. We have third year, second years, first years, and the people who graduated and pursuing higher studies and doing job in our group. It's like a diverse group, and I could relate. Like we every day we'll go to college, we'll come back and we'll discuss on some idea. We want to do something, and that same want to do something. That's just we want to do something, and we like four of you, we all want to stay together, and that's where Thop City idea of Thop City have come up. We want to stay together. We want to do something. We want to create uh, something impossible, so-called impossible, possible in that city, and that's our driving force every day. And we could completely relate it that to you, and that's so amazing. So, anyone want to share your excitement? I know. Yes. Um, it's Apurva or Vivikta? Apurva.
So, yeah, very glad to have your team here today. And when we saw that Instagram reel, we were like, oh my god, just because they got irritated about the university, they started a university by themselves. And we were like, how many little things we get irritated every day, and why can't we start a company for everything? That might that just blew our minds, that I don't know how many times we watched the same Instagram reel, shared it, and asked people to watch, asked them to join. Like, and your story which you told, it was like, maybe you did everything that we are doing without a name. Like, we tell about mindsets and all, you just did it. And I can't believe you started a university just to stay together. And how, like, I really want to know how it evolved thereafter, like after you got registered. And how was the process? Was it the same easy, I mean, same smooth between like among four of you, or how was it?
Um, yes. Like as I said, we used to work together well since in college now. So we used to delegate works and I think like since we were friends, I think that gave all four of us that advantage to like work at our best. That's what I would say. Because most people say friends can't be a better business partners. Okay. To every college or to everyone I speak, I always say, guys, you are in college. Make sure that you find your team here because that has worked out the best for me. Like I said, even in college, no, we used to delegate works. Hey, food you take care, transport you take care, I'll take care, and we don't go and question each other because we take up roles with that responsibility. That we know that hey, if this is given. Like for example, say if I say, hey Deepthi, why don't you take care of the decorations? I know that Deepthi will take care of decorations, what's or not. So I don't go and question her, and that's the way we practiced working together. So I think even after college, no, I still feel like I'm still being in college only because I'm still staying with that four only. Okay, it makes no difference to me. Every day I wake up with these four people. I work with these four people. I end my day with these four people. So to me, it actually still feels like I'm still in my college only. So I think the way that we has worked has never changed. It is still the same way. Like all four of us took different roles. Like Sai is a street smart person. So he takes care of finance and legals. Okay. Godwin, he takes care of sales and marketing. So Godwin loves to talk. He's actually a musician. So he takes care of sales and marketing. And Rahul is a product guy. He cannot keep his hands and minds to himself. He wants to explore things. He wants to keep doing something or the other. So he's heading our product and learning department. And I love building businesses. I learned that I love building businesses and making strategies and making money. So I took the operations strategy and leadership role. So since we all split our roles, again, we work the same way. We don't question each other. But I think one thing that has evolved over a period of time is the maturity in which we handle our job. The like it took us 3 years to understand that you cannot run a business with just passion. Okay, you need to set up processes to run the business. Okay, because in the early days it was just passion that was running us. Passion for biotechnology, passion for biology, passion for doing something together. But we realized that hey, it is that passion that will not help you scale your business. It is only the processes that is going to help you scale your business. Okay, so I completely came out of that science thingy person. I started not involving myself in the talks, in the science talks that people used to have, in the product talks, because sometimes still that scientist in me will pop up and say, hey, why don't we do this, why don't we do that, and get excited. But then I realized that hey, if I need to run this business, I need to completely come out of that science person who I am. So I think the maturity that we evolved in our own roles for whatever we wanted to do, I think that was something that happened over the period of years.
Wow, thank you.
Yes, Vivekta.
Yeah, thank you, Deepthi. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm like jumping inside listening to you because this is exactly what we really wish for ourselves and what we actually are doing with our team. like staying together. That one point, I mean, I just got connected so much to what you are doing. Just that one point, because that's what we all want. And like Deepthi was telling, Top City is our dream. But before Top City, we need, before building that physical Top City, we really need to live like this also, right? So I don't know. I'm really so excited to listen to you how you have done this. Thank you, Sudharshan, for sharing your story. And
Thank you, Vivek. Like one thing that I can quote is, I hope all of us would have watched Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara at some point in our lives.
yes,
Okay, you can exactly consider all four of us. Like all four of us, when I say completely different from each other. Okay, you will not find any resemblance of or any even common points with like among four of us. Completely different from each other. Completely
Hmm.
different likings. Completely different way of lifestyle. But I think it is that thing to do crazy together is what again that kept the pumping. And I think it is that diversity that actually we loved staying together.
Wow, wow. That's actually, diversity has two things. Like you can just go apart after some time, or you can like really bring things together if you really know how to do it. I'm sure that you would have done that. So, wow, that's brilliant. So I wanted to ask you this. You told that I mean, three of you are not native from Chennai, and like, how did your parents react to this whole idea after that you wanted to pursue after your BTech?
To be very honest, until like for the first 3 years, no, our parents thought we guys are still sticking around together and doing some nonsense. They actually don't even know what we were doing as part of embryonics, to be very honest. Okay, since we were staying at Sai's home, so Sai mother gave us her terrace, saying that do whatever you really wanted to do, but just don't disturb me. Okay, and after starting embryonics also, I went back to Germany on a fellowship. Okay, like something like on a barter system. That's a different story that went there. But I had to enroll in a PhD program there. Only then I was allowed to do embryonics project there. Okay, but then my embryonics project got over in 6 months. So I had to lie to the professor there and then come back to India because I really do not want to do a PhD or there in India. And I had to lie to my parents that, hey, they kicked me out of Germany. Still, my parents know that they kicked me out of Germany. And even now, my mother says, you could have stayed 1 year there in Germany. You could have stayed 2 more years in Germany. So I think it is a lot of, I think the society they come from also, no? I think their measure of success is very different. Okay, like not judging and not being, but this is a very honest truth. To my mother personally, I would say her measure of success is how much salary do you make. That is all. What you do, what you run really doesn't, like, she doesn't care about that. How much salary do you take and how much are you sending me every month? That is her measure of success. Okay, so we were very clear that, hey, if we satisfy their measure of success, they are going to be okay with that. If we are gonna mess up with their measure of success, I think that is when they start intervening and asking, hey, what are you guys even trying to do? So I think we were very clear about that and we were satisfying their measure of success until some point in time. I could still remember when we raised our first round of investment. Okay, so all four of us were on tears. We raised 1.5 crores of investment. That was the first time that we were even listening to the word called crore, because we have never seen a crore in our life. Okay, when I called my mom and said, Amma, we raised 1.5 crores of investment and other things. The first question that she asked was, okay, but when are you coming home? It's been a year since you came home. So she did not worry about how much money we raised. Her worry was not about that. Okay. So that is when we really understood, hey, their world is completely different and you cannot expect them to understand or live in your world. But basically, we can just accommodate them there and just play with their success measure.
And one more question: how did you like you said, right? There's a measure for them. There's a metric that they see if you're meeting on it. How did you like really meet? Because when we really start businesses, it's a rough thing in the beginning of the businesses, right? So how did you do that?
I would give all the credits to our mentors. Okay, because I think we had some amazing mentors, but right from the start of embryonics. So one person is called Rats. We call him Rats. His name is Ratish Krishnan. So he heads an organization called SPI Edge. All of us would have heard about this Satyam Cinemas in Chennai and other things. So he comes from that group. Okay, so he heads that. Uh, so he used to be more like a father mentor who used to tell, like, be concerned about what our families is like. We always make sure that we don't leave our family aside, that we keep them informed about whatever it is. We tell them, hey, this is what is happening. When we get featured somewhere or something, we used to share with them, because that is how what makes them happy, like we getting featured is doesn't make them happy, but them sharing it with their relatives, with their friends, is what makes them happy. So I think at some point in time we understood that, hey, this is what is really making them happy, and we started working hard for that. Because when they question us, we are aware that they question us because they are cared about our future, and they are insecure basically about it. And all four of us again sticking together still gives them a sense of security that even if they win, they'll all win. I mean, all four of us are going to be there with each other to lift each other's up. So I think it is that thing. And all four of families are also very, very, very close. We make sure we visit all four families very regularly, just to give each other a sense of, like, even though you cannot do something, no, I think just staying together gives them a sense of that powerful strongness in them, saying that, hey, they will take care of each other. It's very similar thing.
Wow, that's really beautiful. Just quickly, I want to tell you like this. When you were telling about families, it just reminded me of our Future Together program. So it is something like we have parents, students, and mentors coming together, and just like we are making sure that even our parents are coming along with us in this, like in the disruptive journey that we are having right now. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Vivekta. Nice talking to you.
Deepti? Thank you, Deepti. So, hi, Sudharshan Anna. I am another Deepti.
Hi, Deep.
So, like, my question is, you were telling about the kids, right? Like that. I'm still stuck there. So, what did you actually do? Like, did you adopt all of them? Can you give a brief about it? I'm still stuck there.
See, again, guys, it is with the college mindset or with the college maturity that we had back then. Okay. So with whatever money that we collected, we tried to understand the needs of these kids. Some kids wanted, because there's no cure for these genetic disorders or diseases, right? But all of them can be managed, and the medicine or the food that you take to manage them is really expensive. So we were trying to take care of that for some period of time. Like, to some people, they need protein, they need protein supplements, and these families couldn't afford these protein supplements. Like, each box used to cost them 10,000, 6,000, which is like super high for them. Okay, I think Rahul is here. Hi, Rahul. Fancy background. You're on mute now. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry, yeah. I've been trying to figure out a few things. Sorry, I'm almost 9 minutes on a delay, but I was here all through the while, starting from the parts of taking bath in a well and playing shuttle and RDD and all those things. I was there. I was there throughout. So my video was just not on. Apart from that, everything is. I mean, I'm aligned with everything. I'm clear, and I'm on journey with you guys of what's been happening. So yeah, let's keep going on.
Cheers.
Yeah.
So, yes. Shravan sir?
So, Rahul and Sudarshan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Same here, sir. Same here.
Deepti, fantastic job. You sent the video to us. You invited Rahul, Sudarshan, all of that, and organized this whole event. And I know Deepti Marapalli, Vivekta, Apurva, and many others in the team also helped you. Very well done. I know the number of mm, reels and messages that was sent to many people. So very well done. And Sudarshan and Rahul, fantastic. How old are you guys now?
Now
25.
I'm 26, 27. I'm 27.
Okay, 27. Okay, wow. You know, um, we did think about the Thop University idea uh, a year, almost 2 years ago, and we wanted to do it, but somehow we never formalized it. We have done many programs informally, but we never formalized it. And when we saw your Instagram video, and we were like thinking, why are we not doing it? Why are we not formalizing it, or why are we not making it bigger? So you definitely inspired us to take many more steps forward. I will not ask you too many questions, but I will want to call you a little later sometime, and I will ask you more questions, because obviously there is a mind block in me which is not causing me to go further. So I want to figure out how to get past that mind block. So right now, one of the things you said in the Instagram video that over 200 jobs were created. Your students got over 200 jobs. So your program, how long is your program? And then, so how many years is your program? Your educational program?
Yeah. So then shall I go for it or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. Great. Yeah. So we have different programs. So when I say learning programs, or when you ask about how students get placed and how long does it take for them to get placed, it actually depends the kind of job that they actually want to take up. Unlike other fields, or unlike a random place where they want to just place students, we do not want to students do the work that they're given or that they get. So we focus more on creating an interest map. So we try to understand what the skill sets are, and we give a range of, or arena of things which will fit their profile. So the students grow their profile along with us. So on a journey, it takes of 5 to 6 months for a student to get placed eventually. But our courses are somewhere around 3 months minimum, and maximum of 4.5 months. That's what we've been doing as of now. But in near future, we are looking to do a year long and a couple year programs, which will be degree based programs, in collaboration with a few of the universities from India and abroad. And also, we are working on ECT, European Credit Transfer System, and with few of the universities from Europe and France. And these are the few things that we are working on. But right now,
Go ahead.
yeah, right now it's 3 month program, which is the standard basic, which might go up to 5 months, including the training, which the training includes the say what vocabulary training, from the vocational till technical training. So it takes 5 months, and it takes 6 to 6.5 months for a student to get placed.
Okay. So is this like in 3 months, the student gets a certificate?
Yes, they get a certificate. So the certificate is not something that industries need or anything. So we study the market, and we understand what is some kind of job role that is on a very high demand.
Right.
So we take up the job role, and we try to understand the skill sets. We try to map these skill sets, because these skill sets might fall on different learning criteria or learning topics, or subjects for that matter even. So we try to understand the skill sets basically behind 2 to 3 different job roles, and we try to map these skill sets into the course that we are actually building. So our courses are not strictly aligned to a curriculum that say what educational boards provide. So our curriculums are
Right.
100% built by ourselves, which is
Yes.
in accordance with the industries. So
Okay.
what industries
So
need is completely different from the what academies are doing. So we do
right.
not go with what NIAC or IGC is actually suggesting. So we design our own content and syllabus.
Yes, I expected that because trying to get any kind of certification from the government is
Mm,
like a 10-year process.
yeah.
Um, so when you get so basically what do you have to have a 12th grade or do you have to have bachelor's degree to be part of your program?
So usually we have people who are in their bachelor's and masters. I mean,
Okay,
this is not a standalone program. This is a parallel program
okay,
for
okay, okay,
right now. And yeah, I mean, so
okay.
Yeah,
I get
we're
it. I
still
get it.
not there yet, sir. Like where a student can have BVersity as an alternate option for college. We are still not there yet, but that is what something that we really want to build, like 4 years,
Yeah.
5 years from now.
We looks like what you are doing is we are already doing it. Our top verse, we call ourselves top verse, is that alternative, is the parallel educational program which we are doing. We have projects, we have events, all of that happen there. Okay, so to be able to place these people after they get the jobs, after they get the training from you, that means you have connections in the industry which are causing you to do that, right?
yes, sir. So I think so Sudarshan is one who is handling with the collaborations. One, I think he would take this one.
Yes, sir. So we
Okay,
work with industries. We have them as our employer partners.
okay, okay. And when you do a 3 month to 4.5 month program, how do you know that your student will be able to uh, do the job? What makes you certain? Because you don't want to let the industry down, right?
Understood. So it is most of the time it is these industries people who come and teach. So
Okay,
whatever is happening in the IT sector, right, where they basically hire someone and they give an on-job training for the 6 month. So to an industry, this is more of like an on-job training where they don't have to ask them to come to a physical place, spend their time, manager resource in doing that, where they basically do it through us. So and it is what skill sets they teach, which is required by themselves. So it is very
right.
easy for them to absorb them for jobs or for internships as well.
Okay, okay. So, how much does your program cost, Sudarshan? Are they all on your website, the program cost, or
Yes, yes, sir. So currently we are pricing it at 30,000 for
okay?
3 months to 6 month program.
And when you do this experiments and everything, because in biotechnology, almost everything you need to do, you have to do experiments.
Not in all themes and courses.
Okay,
We are working on a physical kit to
okay,
give students these hands-on experiments or to give these hands-on experience. But currently, most of these things are completely done online, which is like we are majorly working on genomics industry and bioinformatics industry, which involves majorly laptop, like it's analyzing data sciences, something like that.
okay. Thank you, Sudarshan. It looks like there are quite a few hands raised up, so I'm going to go back to mute. Really, congratulations to both of you. And if we can help you, we are always here to help you.
Yes. So yeah, thank you, Shravan sir, for asking those questions, and Rahul, Sudarshan, with your answers. Again, we really got connected, and we also believe that thing wherever whatever skills we need, we'll create our new role for ourselves in the company. It's like not we going there and doing job in already having role, like already set up roles. We going there not doing jobs, but we creating roles for ourselves with our own skills, because each and every person will not have the same skill and same skill set actually. So we believe in that too. And thank you so much for telling those things. So, Apurva.
Yeah, thank you, Deepti. So, I have like some of the questions Shravan sir I have already asked. So, you like how many employees do you have like as of now?
So we have 30 employees with us, right?
Oh,
So our team alone is 30 in number.
wow.
And yeah, so apart from that, we have a few of interns as well. So including
Wow.
everyone, we should be 40 in number.
Okay. So, yes, setting up a company is not easy because we ourselves started something called TVAT, where it is a virtual assistance company where we do some virtual service for companies. And we started it with a lot of excitement, but it was like now we are in a stage where we can understand the dynamics and the parameters that come in a company. So, how did you formulate a process for you in the beginning? I mean, can you elaborate it a bit? Like, how are the logistics and all? How you planned everything, the program and all?
Okay, so it's a really a huge question because it's not one thing to answer. I mean, if you ask me to take a workshop on this, okay, we can host a 10-day workshop on what you just asked me right now. Since I am one of the co-founder along with three of our friends, I am able to answer this because we are aware of all the things that is actually happening here. To put it in a nutshell, everyone has their boundaries here. So each and every single person has an objective, and their task for the week or the month or the day is to fulfill their objective. And as a startup, what you guys need to know is you cannot have an standard operating system from day one. So the way how we work is dynamic, like really, really dynamic. So Monday I will be working on course content and curriculum. Tuesday I will be doing a pitch to an investor along with Sudharshan. Wednesday I'll be going to a government office for a government project. Thursday I'll be working on a budget framing for a product. Fourth day or fifth day I'll be working on product design, and this goes for every single one. Solution one day will be working on strategizing the team efficiency and productivity. Second day he'll be working on investment and pitch deck. Third day he'll be working on team management. Fourth day he'll be working on. I mean, it's like that every single day. So if you ask us what can be a proper process or how do we set a process, we are still actually evolving and learning. Yeah. For example, yesterday was one of big day for us because we had our first set of leadership team. So leadership team is a term that is usually brought up in big corporates, where for people of 500 numbered company, there will be over 20 to 30 leaders. But we never actually understood that even a 30-member team or leadership team. So we always thought we four of us will be able to do this, and do that. So the first place of process or the first step of bringing in process is when you actually realize that you cannot do everything on your own. So, and that is one hard realization that we had to bring it in, where we had to accept for our own self that we ourselves cannot bring all the change and do all the work. And that is something which actually helped us to understand what is actually needed. So for you guys to actually figure out what is actually necessary and to design a process around it, it is really hard. Because as you say, our process is not something that's easy, because a process is something that evolves by time. It'll take 3 months, 6 months, sometimes it'll take more than a year for some process to evolve. I've been working in standardized curriculum development for BVersity for placement programs for the past 16 months. And still we do not have a process, because the process keeps changing. Market keeps changing, jobs keep changing, everything keeps changing, and I'll have to change my approach as well. So it's not a corporate approach. So when you asked, I think Aparna, right? Aparna, Apurva, Apurva, yeah. Apurva, your question was, what is the I mean, since you work with companies, you want to understand about processes that what we are doing. I'm not sure about the kind of companies that you are working, but for a company like us, for a lot of startups, they might have a standardized operating procedure. Depends the stream or the industry that they're actually working in. If we are working in a design industry, if we are working in a manufacturing industry, the probability of us having a process is really easy or higher. So let's say you're working with a pharma company. Let's say you're working with a chemical manufacturing company. Though there are only 50 people in number, it's easy to have a process there because what they're doing is very different. So there is a huge difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. Likewise, there is a huge difference between a company and a startup. Zoho is still a startup with 5,000 employees because they work individually differently for every single client. They have a CRM, but the offers for every single company that goes through CRM is different. So business solves problem, yes, but startup is something, or entrepreneurs are someone who actually who is trying to solve a collective problem, but not in a very generalized manner or holistic manner. It's a combination of a lot of things. The dynamism that comes in, you work with 100 startups, you'll not be able to come up with a proper pattern of how startups are working. That's the things with the startup. I certainly know that I didn't answer your question about operations and stuff, but the answer is dynamism. You cannot predict what can go and where it can go, because the ultimatum for a startup is to generate money, to sustain. To generate money, you'll have to do 200 things every single day. The 200 things, you cannot repeat them, because you repeat the same thing that you did yesterday, you fail eventually. So
Yeah, like just to add on to what Rahul said, whatever works for you works for you. So there's no any particular sequence of saying ABC. If ACB works for you, well and good. If ADE works for you, well and good. Whatever works for you works for you. There's no any formula to it.
and at times, what worked for you yesterday will not work for you today. So that's one of the biggest problem again. Yes.
Thank you. I understood some things. I don't say I did not get answer for mine. That is, yes, maybe that analysis is something that gives you a lot of understanding about your work and your business. Yeah, thank you.
Actually, we got how we should move forward. Though we did not tell like what works for us, but yes, we got how to move forward. Thank you for that. Vivek, Deepti Market.
Yes. So like there is a like fireflies.ai note maker. I presume that's yours, right?
Yeah, that's mine. Just ignore
So
it.
like, what are the AI tools you use? Like, what's the role of AI in your journey or in your university?
I don't use much AI tools because I'm this manual worker. Okay, I love to sit and work. Started having these fireflies and other things because sometimes I miss, like when too much of work, like when too many things happening at the same time, tend to miss work and other things. And as usual, I also sometimes use Chat GPT for framing few things, but even to write an email, I more like to sit and write. Like that's how I'm a person. I don't use much of AI tools.
Okay.
Rahul, you use any AI tools, huh? I'm not aware.
Sudharshan uses Chat GPT. I don't even use Chat.
Oh.
So I mean, it is all on data, but I mean, being a researcher, we'll have to rely on data. I'm not denying that, but I'm not into AI yet. I know that we need to be in AI. Next course that we are going to do is on AI, but we don't use AI.
The only AI we has leveraged using is Canva.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes.
Okay, I think Canva has been helping us. Like somehow we got a premium account. Somehow we got a premium Canva account for the last 3 years. So we are
Yes.
like smashing
On
it inside
average, we should have created more than 1 million designs right now.
easily.
We use Canva to every day. Like that's our daily thing. One of our daily.
Yeah.
So I assume Deepti is stuck. Okay, Vivita, go ahead.
I think it's Raghuvanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raghavan.
Hello, and it's pleasure seeing you guys, and you are inspiration to many youngsters. So I wish a movie on you four people as four idiots, creating wonders. So my question is, because it will be very helpful to everyone. See, it's very tough to manage differences when you are setting out with your vision, because you got a vision at the time. And four people of diverse background coming together and creating this magic is not easy. So how you guys managed those differences? Because there must be a time wherein you must have fought or something like that, but it's not easy, to be under one roof and creating such magic. So what are the things that you do to manage the differences? This is my question, first question. And second question is, what is the toughest phase while you are building this one? So these are the two questions. Thank you so much, and your inspiration.
So I think for the first question, we just sit and talk. Like we be brutally honest and transparent with each other, and we make sure that all of us agree to one point at the end of the day. Like even when we have a very hard conversation among four of us, we make sure that we all arrive to a common point and all four of us mutually agree to that common point. So the best thing that we do is, even when something is not working out or doesn't seem or vibe with each other, we immediately sit and talk about it. We don't let each other with the mindset of this is disturbing me for the entire day and not voicing about it. I think we each other have given that space where saying that, hey, if something is disturbing, we'll first sort that and then move further. Nothing else is more important than sorting between us. That's how it is. Uh, yes, that's how I see it is, Rahul.
Yeah. So I mean, the things about cognition and intelligence is as an answer that I can relate to. There are two things or two aspects I would like to say. But I would like to start with the statement where all four of us are really, really philosophical. We are philosophical to the age of 60 when we are actually 20, 25. And that actually helps us. All four of us put together, we are more philosophical than Buddha. This is not something that I would like to say, or Osho or whatever. But something is, this. I mean, all four of us are movie freaks. We watch a lot of movies, and something that I lately watched in a movie, it was one simple dialogue which said, "People want us to be true, or people want us to give truth, but they cannot handle the truth, or they are not brave enough or courageous enough to handle the truth." It's something that all four of us actually vibe. I mean, really a lot. Truth is actually hurting. It's really hurting. I mean, these are the few things that no one would ever acknowledge or accept in front of someone else. But honestly speaking, day before yesterday, all four of us had a dispute, and we had to sit and talk through, dropping all our works and other meetings. So once the talk is happening, we know that we are lagging behind a day. So I am dropping two tasks. Sudharshan is dropping two tasks. Likewise, all four of us are dropping one or two tasks, and those tasks might rely on the team. The whole team is dropping one of their tasks. Just because of 1 hour of a conversation, there are minimum 25 to 30 tasks that is going down, which is almost like a week time for a team, for a 4-member team. But we need to accept the sacrifice that we need to make, because if you are not mentally aligned with the whole team, the process of doing the whole thing is completely useless. If the energy is not aligned, the output will not be aligned. If the output is not aligned, there is no proper productivity or an output that will benefit the company. So I mean, for an entrepreneur, something that is very important is what Harsha Bugli once said. It's not the talent that keeps going, it's the attitude that keeps going. So the attitude that we four of us want to have for ourselves or for others or for our team, for the four of us or 30 of us, is very different. So I mean, thanks to our mentors who helped us grow philosophically and by mental age. We certainly have a lot of mental agility and mental strength and courage to approach things in a very different way. So that's one thing for problems or disputes. To stay in one single house, that's something we will have to do on a very longer basis. Or one nutshell answer can be give up everything. Technically, either you talk things out, leaving out your vulnerability or whatever. Either you talk or either you give up. So we don't give up, because giving up eventually takes a lot than talking. So that's what we do.
And also, Rahu, one of the values that we strictly follow is friendship. All four of us are very clear that we build this business based on friendship. Okay, so friendship comes first to us before anything else. So even on the other day, like Rahul said 2 days back, when we had a hard conversation, we decided that, hey, friendship comes first before anything else. So we need to be there with each other, support each other first as friend and then as business partners. So this has worked out for us. Okay, like I said, what works for you works for you. So this has worked out for us.
Wow, wow. That's so nice to hear from both of you. Thank you, Raghupati. Shravan sir?
So, Sudarshan and Rahul, we are actually experimenting with AI tools in our team. So, if you need, any assistance, with AI, you definitely can reach out to us.
Definitely, Shravan.
Yes. So,
One more thing,
Five
Deepti.
different calls from 5 different
Uh,
BVersity.
what did you say, Sudarshan?
I said you will definitely get at least 5 different calls from 5 different people of diversity if you say you can help them with AI tools.
Yeah, we are definitely quite good at what we are actually getting better and better. So we also uh, are quite philosophical. We believe materialism and spiritualism are both sides are uh, two sides of the same coin. We believe. One second, one second. Uh, we believe that everything is the opposite are uh, on one coin. Okay, so we really try our best to bring that philosophy of life into uh, our material goals and everything. So it is really nice to hear you guys talk about that. So we feel even more validated with our approach. So, and also the way you spoke, like, hey, yesterday we had this problem. And that is exactly how we do it too. We just say, hey, we had a problem. We don't look at it like, oh, maybe we shouldn't tell anyone we had a problem. I mean, who doesn't have a problem? I mean, me and my wife, we have been married for 25 years and we still have, we still argue, right? So it's not like it's a, sometimes we over, um, we anyway, I think I really like the way you guys are explaining friendship and business partners and the way you are handling the differences that come along. So these are all definitely very good lessons or learnings for us.
Palani sir,
Thanks.
would you like to talk anything? So to introduce who Palani sir is one of our dear mentor and he is the Chief Innovative Officer of Orthoquidal Ortho. Yes, Palani sir.
Thank
He
you,
used to be.
Deepti. Sudarshan and Rahul, very nice to get to meet you today. I heard about both of you through this team, the team that I'm both learning at the same time. I'm being a mentor to them. I think in every way I'm learning from the millennial society, I could say. Right? I think it's really nice to know because I happen to be in the field of biotechnology. I actually moved to the US 30 years ago. Shravan and I are literally neighbors in the sense that we are in adjacent towns. And I think I can sympathize or empathize with the challenges that you faced. I think unlike the IT field where you can start something in the garage and actually become quite successful, in the world of biotechnology, I think there is quite a bit of experimentation that one needs to do to learn the art and science. And I think what you guys are doing to prepare other students, to prepare them for success in the biotech industry is very much needed. Otherwise, the knowledge is very bookish. I think that's a considerable challenge to find a job in the field of biotechnology. And India, as much as it's for Biocon and Serum Institute, Reddy's, and many more, I think many colleges are not teaching necessarily that viable, hands-on experience. Just really amazing what the four of you have embarked on, and actually not just embarked on, brought incredible success. I would have an opportunity to learn from you guys separately. What is it that you guys are doing more of? And congratulations, and super excited about initiatives. Otherwise, India is all about IT. We just need some biotechnology and some other fields also. I think the interesting thing is I recommend reading a book called, maybe our top children also know this. There's a guy by the name of Yuval Harari. He talks about there was an age of physics 2 centuries ago, and then age of chemistry, an age of information every century. This century belongs to basically biotechnology, and he frames this as organisms or algorithms. In a way, it is biology and information. It's all about that. I think what you're doing in the gene space and condensing into information that's digestible, diagnostics, and I think these people who are handicapped with genetic ailments, really, really big. So I thought I was mostly listening in, and every bit as much as you guys are business people, I just loved what the philosophy of starting something centered around the friendship. I think you'll be successful no matter what you do as for people, and really good kudos to all of you. Okay, long-winded way of complimenting you guys. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. It really means a lot.
One more thing, Rahul and Sudarshan. My son did a chemistry class here in US, okay? And he did the whole chemistry class at home. So the kid came to his home and he did all the experiments. He had to take pictures of the experiments, what the colors and everything, and then send it back. There was even a microbiology experiment that he had to do in that. So there are kits right now available, and then even genome kits are there. So there are quite a few kits, and we actually even taught our kids about water and soil when they were probably 8 or 9 years old using these kits. So if you need, I also did homeschooling for my children, and so I am quite good at putting ideas together, putting syllabus together. As you know, we are putting together a syllabus right now for financial independence in 1 year. So if you need any help in that area also regarding how to put a product kit together, I can help you out with that.
Sure, Shravan. Like currently we are looking to expand our market to US and Canada. We are still figuring out a GTM there and how to get into there. I would definitely have a conversation with you.
Sure.
Ashoka, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Deepti. Hello, Sudarshan and Rahul. So I am Ashrita, and I live in Chennai actually. Like I am a psychology graduate, and I am now getting into Madras School of Social Work to pursue MA HR, Human Resource and Organizational Development. So till now, whatever you are talking was so inspiring, and my friends have asked you so many questions till now. So, and whatever you were telling was like so connecting to us and our ideas. Everything that when you said we are putting our friendships before everything, actually we are even talking we are doing a series of sessions on friendship and team to make our understanding about what is friendship and what is team to have that coordination among us. So the many ideas you were talking, we could relate to so much about that. I don't have any particular question to ask. Like my friends have asked you many questions, but I just felt that I had to say you hi from my side. So and I'm so excited. Like now, like when we are thinking about our Thop University, this is like a boost up to us after hearing to your BVersity thing. And also now I'm like when to start our Thop University thing, and I'm so excited about that. And maybe I can meet you sometime in Chennai. So yeah, thank you so much.
Hi,
Okay.
Ashrita. Our office is right in Nandanam. You can always drop down. Okay.
It's very
I think,
near from the metro as well.
yeah, very near to the metro, and we know a lot of MSSW alumni. So
Yeah. Maybe I can be your internet sometime during my coursework.
please do visit us anytime that you really want.
Yeah. Sure. Thank you so much.
Okay, Ashwaka, we can also come to Chennai. That's not a big deal for us.
So the
uh,
rest of the people are based out of Bangalore, Hyderabad.
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 Oh, okay.
Most of us are from Hyderabad. I mean, actually, our college is in Hyderabad, right? So we are staying here. Actually, some of us are from the districts near Hyderabad.
Oh, okay. I think we will visit Hyderabad sometime in August starting or something. Like we are working with this Telangana state government tribal welfare department
Okay.
to train their tribal college students.
Definitely, we'd love to meet you.
Yeah. Same here.
Raghu, sir?
Yeah, hi. Hello, everyone. Thopor says, good to connect. I'm sorry, I messed up the time. I thought it's 9 a.m. my time, then I realized, oops, it's 9 a.m. IST. But great. And I came in about 45 minutes late, but I did catch some important parts of the conversation. And Rahul and Sudharshan, pleasure to meet. As much as I've been impressed, with Thopworth, it's great to know you guys are. And by the way, I'm originally from Chennai as well. I'm based in San Diego, California. So I like to know your point of friendship, and I think you had talked about having brutal honesty, right? So transparency is very critical. So So transparency is critical. By the way, I'm embarking on my fourth entrepreneurship journey. And I've been on both sides of the coin. I've been successful twice, I've failed once. So, and as you know, entrepreneurship comes up with massive risks. So, and that's why it's very important to have transparency and be bold and embrace success and failure in equal measure. And for at a personal level, and even businesses, people say there are businesses who succeed all the time, but believe it or not, in their journey they fail. Even if it's look at an Amazon or a Google or an Oracle. I used to work at Oracle. I worked for a lot of big names, but even Google has had its challenges. We know the challenge Microsoft went through, right? Microsoft people have written it off, right? And that Scott Ballmer, he was running the company a certain way, and then they brought in the current Indian CEO, Satya Nadella, right? He's transformed it. Jeff Bezos, he was running negative. He didn't break even after going public. For 12 years, Amazon was underwater. So transparency is very, very important. And one thing I would advise is friendship is good, but keep business and personal life separate. And it'll take some practice to get there. but in your core business. So Parni and I, very early days, we have launched, we are focused on the mid-market segment. So there could be synergies down the road. So we are, basically we want to help companies in the world of entrepreneurship, and help them scale from fundraising to go to market to product market fitness, expansion, all the way from the best way to put it, help companies from cradle to heaven. Let's put it that way. There could be some help along the way too, but so I think we'll have synergies down the road. So, but yeah, I definitely tip my hat. I'm sorry I cannot come on video today because this is a long weekend. So, we don't have proper bandwidth. The family is watching movie. I'm out in Santa Barbara. I'm not able to come on video, but would love to stay in touch. I'll get in touch with you guys. Shravan will connect us. But
Sure.
real pleasure to connect. And all the best to you guys on your journey. And yeah, let's chat sometime. Where our paths can intersect.
Sure. Thank you so much.
A real delight. Real delight.
I think your experience, we would definitely love to learn a lot.
Yes, as well. Thanks a lot for your words.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So yes, anyone have questions or would like to express anything? So Rahul and Sudharshan, how did you feel attending this meeting today?
Quite interesting. I mean, we see a lot of fellow like companies. I mean, like BVersity is for biotech. There are a lot of companies like us for their specific industries. And looking at Thop, Aisel, and I mean, it's quite equally inspiring to figure out what you guys might be building or you guys want to build. But it is very fascinating about the network that you guys have. I mean, I was telling Sudharshan about the network that they have built for like for a long time now. I mean, I was taking a deeper look at your website and mentors over there and their profiles and all other things. Something that I personally struggle with is to establish a network. Sudarshan is really good at that. And just because Sudarshan is good at that, we were able to pull in funds and all that. But I personally am not that great in establishing a network or reaching out to people and all of this stuff. I've been very antisocial for a really long time now. I wouldn't have my videos, Sushan. I wouldn't talk like this on any G meet. First of all, I wouldn't come for a meeting. So it would be like it's a company. I mean, it's company facing someone. And Sudarshan is someone who's representing the company. Maybe Sudarshan is just you who should go and talk to people. And by time, it takes a lot of time to reach this place. I mean, for me, it took a lot of time. But what you guys are doing while still in college, I mean, when we were you guys, we weren't doing much. Down the time, we are doing these many things. And you guys are in college, you guys are doing these many things. By the time you guys are us, you might be creating something huge, is what I feel. I mean, the exposure that you guys are getting is humongous. And the kind of people that you guys have reached to, guys, this famous quote that goes, your network is proportional to your net worth. It's a very boomer way, or that's very say what old way of saying things, because people have been saying that for like really long time now. But honestly speaking, that's the truth. And if we had a huge network of people from day one of when we started Camonics, fundraising wouldn't have been a proper problem for us now. But now we are facing all those things because we weren't ready to do a lot of things. I mean, first 2 years of Camonics, we were just into product development. We are going to build 200 different kinds of products. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. The more passionate we were about the problem, the less practical we were about solving it. What I can see now is there is some kind of chemistry synergy that you guys have. You guys are not clear about operations. You guys ask a number of things, but something is going right with you guys because you guys have things in place. If you guys take things properly right into action and do things properly, it would be really inspiring to see fellow like companies that is coming from India, and India needs a lot of such brands and huge initiatives like this is going to be the tier one brands, and India barely has one. India is just so a level two or grade two kind of companies which are serving for the level one brands or grade one brands. So yeah, I mean, would love to stay in connect, stay in touch to figure out the synergy that can take both of us real quick and real forward. I mean, my mind is shooting a number of new possibilities. I mean, maybe a Google Meet right now wouldn't be a right avenue. Maybe we can meet up sometime sooner. We can take these collaborations real forward, real quick. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
and I think you guys are very, very, very fortunate to have people like Palani sir, Raghu, and Shravan with you people, because I can strongly say how a mentor can change your life in 1 year in the way they think. Like working with people like Raghu, Palani sir, and Shravan, right? You basically transcend to their way of thinking, their way of possibilities. They'll just open up the gates for you, which you will take years to open. Okay, so that is one huge advantage of working with such people of great experience and great success stories, because it transcends you there very easily, like very seamlessly. I think that's what happened to us like over the last 1.5 years when we were working with one of our lead investors. He's Suresh Samandam. He runs a company called Kissflow. I think working with him, whatever, I think working with him has like he has built $100 million business. Okay, so he will help you think like how to build that one. So your mindset, your process totally differs the way from your work and other things, and that is what like exactly happened when you guys work with people like Raghu, Palni, and Shravan. Okay, leverage on that. You will not get this opportunity anywhere else.
Yes, we are so lucky to have mentors like all of them in our lives. You are saying right, with their presence in our lives, our growth will be so good. I just wanted to say this. It has been 3 years I am part of this group, and I have written a book called I Am the Change. I've written it, and that's where you can see my true journey from being that innocent girl, nothing knowing about anything out of my home, to where I am now. I'm speaking so well with you. I'm able to connect with the people, and that's how my growth was in just 18 months. That was so huge, which did not happen in my life until 18 years. But you could see that change in 18 months, and that's how we are grateful for our mentors for making us who we are today. And yes, we are becoming our best versions each and every day with their presence in our life.
Perfect. And the best way to practice this is when you start doing some work or something, leverage on their expertise and start thinking like them. Like for example, if Raghu is great at marketing and strategizing, start thinking. If Deepthi is making a strategy, start thinking like Raghu and make that strategy. That will help you transcend to that state very quickly. Just imagine how would Raghu would have worked it out, and start working. That would help you change your mindset and process like very drastically.
Yes. Thank you so much for. I was so happy to hear what you are saying to you both of you today. Shravan sir?
Very well said, Sudharshan. That is something I still try to do it, and this is one area I'm I will be probably even learning from you, is that creation of uh, a business. I never created, I have tried creating businesses. That has not happened. I dabbled into real estate, so that is the only thing that is going on. But there are some product ideas which I did dabble with, but I never managed to make it happen. So maybe the time is now for me. Uh, so one of the things which we did differently, because I spent a lot of years watching all these entrepreneurs do things, right? And what I have noticed, like you were saying, they built the network while they started creating their businesses. They created the brand while they were creating the business. I said, can we build the brand? Can we build the network before we start the business? So the last 5.5 years was about brand building, about network. And so now we have the Thop brand and we have the Thop network. We have the culture, we have the traditions. Now we are shooting off about 20 businesses which we want to start. We want to have our own modeling company. We want to have our own AI company. We want to have our movie company. So all of that, we are hoping to get all of them started over this year to next year. And we are also starting our own think tank. We want to have our Thop Food Institute. So we are going to do research on food. So think tanks are essential. And media platform. We are also creating our own media platform because if we have to have someone to tell our story, right? If we don't tell our story, someone will tell our story and they will not tell a great story about us. So how do we tell our story? So we are so we built the brand, we built for 5.5 years, we worked on it, and now we are, building. So this is like a new approach which we thought of. So definitely we will connect with each other, Sudharshan and Rahul. Anytime you need any help, please connect with me, and I would love to assist you. And by the way, there is another Raghu who asked you questions. He's also a mentor. He used to have his own business. Now he's an author, and he's actually his new book just came out called The Idea Revolution. You all should, I think all of you and your employees, all of you should definitely get a hand on that book. It is a fantastic, fantastic book on how to, create an idea revolution in a company.
Mm-hmm.
So great. Thank you all, guys. We'll talk again soon.
Yes. Thank you so much, Rahul and Sudharshan. Thank you so much for having you today in our Thop Talk as Thop speakers. And thank you so much, team, for coming, joining. And Rahul, Sudharshan, you inspired 40 of us today. You inspired 40 of us today. Thank you so much for coming down here. We definitely want to meet 4 of you. Today we miss Godwin and Sai, but definitely we want to meet 4 of you and listen, like being in live, listen to your story, the way you are being together. Yes, we want to experience it. And thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you and the entire team. Thank you, Shravan. Thank you, Palni, and thank you, Raghu, sir.
Thanks a lot for having us here as well.
Yes, thanks for having us here as well. Thanks a lot, people.
Thank you.